What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? I want to see something. Deputy, I can't live. Just testing it out right now. Giving people time to get up on here. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? PeeWee, the originator, the one true storyteller. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome. Man, I'm trying to see how to do this shit. All right. Questions you want to ask me? Any questions you want to ask? What up, man? What up with you? Who that is? Mr. Loomis? What up, Ham? Who is Ham? What up, Ham? North Carolina? Shit, what up, North Carolina? That's love there, man. Way from North Carolina? Shit. We out here cooling, man. In Louisiana, out here in this hot weather. That's what's happening out here, man. I got somebody right here about to do some interviews on me, go ask me a couple of questions. I guess so people can get to know me and understand about my situation and my nerves.
Child of God, put the cancer seed down.
I'm about to, this probably be my last one, you heard? Who is that? Child of God. This might be my last one, man. Can I hear you? Can they hear me? Good, real good. Can everybody hear me? Can y'all hear me? Real good.
Hello, Peanut Head.
Who is that? Peanut Head.
Fifth Loco.
Fifth, what up, Loco? I need to hear the vibe. I need to hear the vibe. This shit driving me crazy. I can't hear nothing. I need to hear the. This shit driving me crazy. You say something? You say something? See, they can't hear you if you ask them the questions.
Oh, they gotta hear me. They can hear you now?
Can you hear you now? Man, this is different, bro. Going live, man. Going live. Man, this is different, bro. I subscribe to you, Peanut. I sure appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. I really do.
I'm subscribed.
What's up, nigga? What's up? Man. Man, this shit make me nervous. Even much if I ain't on stage, I'm in the house nervous. Why? But anyway, what's going on? I'm just here to give people a little insight on who PeeWee is, what PeeWee about. Everybody know I know that shit.
Jamarcus Johnson, he was just listening to an old video.
What's up, Jamarcus? What's happening, man? Where you from, bro? Jamarcus, where Jamarcus from? Just giving people time to get up out here, man. Y'all know I still be doing videos with Nitty, but I'm just saying my page really be where it's at. So I'm really about to break away from some of that, though. Seems like PeeWee, huh? People be wanting PeeWee on his own page. Everybody good, though. So you can ask me the question. You ready to start asking me? I just want to know if can they really hear you.
Well, yeah, they can hear me. I'm sure if they can hear you, they can hear me.
You sure about that? Can y'all hear who asking me the questions? Somebody give me a thumbs up. What's the word? Shit.
Can y'all hear me?
Baton Rouge. East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. What's the hottest thing till these dudes start breaking out of OPP? I know everybody heard about OPP right now, what's going on with these inmates breaking out of jail. I guess they be like, deputy, I can't live.
We can hear you, Miss Peanut Head.
Yeah. All right, good. That's good then. So you can go and ask me some questions, and if you want to, y'all know anything special, anybody want to ask PeeWee anything specific, when you want to know about me, just ask me out the gate so I can answer some of these questions, because a lot of people look like they're being entertained about these stories, bro. But anyway, I'm born and raised in New Rose. If anybody want to know where I'm from, I'm originally from New Rose. Originally. So people be asking me, Baton Rouge. Nah, I'm originally from New Rose. See, when I came to Baton Rouge, that's when the shit started. But I ain't saying I was good, but I was, still getting into a lot of things.
That's when you started getting caught.
That's when I really started getting caught. Yeah. My first dose was like when I first got caught in 1998, 98. And I'm saying, bro, that was my first time getting introduced to the parish prison. And I'm saying the way I got introduced, it was crazy because I didn't see that shit coming. It just came at me. It really came at me like unexpectedly. I was coming across the bridge, coming from New Rose to Baton Rouge. The police sitting over there across the old bridge, and it so happened I was coming and he flashed his lights. I thought he was flashing his lights for me to slow down. Now, mind you, I did leave New Rose on a probation hold. I was on a probation hold. But I didn't think that shit was following me because I was hitting another city. So when people say that shit don't follow you, don't believe that. It really do, bro. Because it could be in a different state. You could go away and you be trying to start all over and live and shit like that. It follows you. So don't believe in none of that there. But basically from there, you know what I'm saying, he pulled me over and I whipped over and he came to the car, and when he walked to the car, he said, pull out your license and registration. So I had all that then. I gave him my license and registration, and then he walked to his car, and you know what I'm saying, another unit pulled up. And I'm saying, if you know anything about Baton Rouge, just to be, you know what I'm saying, pull over for a ticket or something like that, they pull up on the scene like deep. They let you know they out there. And that was my first time. I always wanted to take a trip and just move out there. So I did that, and just in the process of me doing that, this is what happened. The cops came back to the car and he said, you have a warrant. And I'm looking at him and I'm tripping because I'm like, man, I got a warrant for what? He was like, he called it something, but it's a fugitive. So he said, I'm like, well, can I call my people and shit like that? Can I be able to go home? He was like, nah, man, we're going to have to take you to the parish. So I'm looking at the man, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit starting to pop in my head. And when the shit started popping in my head, it started making me think about what I used to hear people talking about how East Baton Rouge Parish Prison was. And I never been into a situation like that. I never knew how it really was go. So they took me down on Plank Road. And when they took me on Plank Road, they took me to the police station. And when they took me to the police station, just so happened, he booked me in, he fingerprinted me, and that was just for that little process. So he put me in a little holding tank. And then, everything started from down the hill. I'm starting to meet these dudes in this tank with me. Right here, this on Plank Road. This not even much in the prison yet. But this on Plank Road. So as I'm in with these dudes, they got dudes looking at me, like I say, I'm not from here. Some dudes can see that shit. Some dudes can hear that in the way you talk. And that's just real talk, you know what I'm saying? So happened, I did, after they did all of that, they had a couple of dudes and they was in the back of the van. And when they put us in the van, and they started taking us to the prison. Now here the shit go when I tell you everything went down the hill because I'm not used to this shit where the fuck I'm from, I'm not. And I'm just telling you based on true story. As we go to this prison, now this big ass, this big old sign that say East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. And if anybody know anything about the parish prison, bro, it's one way in, bitch, and it's one way out, pretty much in. So as we going through there, they got this big ass gate. And at the gate, I heard the police officer say, Sally Port, we hear some shit like that. And when he said it, the big old gate opened, and I'm looking at, I'm looking at this shit, and I'm looking at it, and I'm hooked to this dude, real talk. I'm hooked to this dude, and he said, and as we went through there, we pulled to the gate, and the gate shut. Now they're getting us all out the vein. And I'm telling you, bro, my heart started dropping because I don't know what's going on, and I don't know this process, and this shit could be scary. And it was scary to me. Real talk, it was scary. So in the process of that, he got us all out the vein, and he got to the door, and he got me and a couple dudes in line, and he was going that bitch. And I'm saying, man, I see these dudes in all these urns. My heart started dropping, bro. My heart really started dropping. And then you got to look at it. As I'm going in there, it's like the guards in there, they're telling us to take off the chains and shit like that. And giving us a physical, like, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They got us stripping down, getting buck naked and shit, talking about squat and cough. And I'm looking at these dudes in these cages, and I'm saying, I'm not thinking it's the place where I'm really about to be at, where I'm about to go at. But just so happened, they had a guard came to me, and he said, come here, you follow me. So as I'm looking at and I'm following him, I'm looking at these dudes in these two big-ass cages. And anything know anybody East Baton Rouge Parish Prison, and you've been in there, and you might not never been in there, but here it is. They got a cage on the left, and they got a cage on the right. And it's crazy because the cage on the left ain't no different from the cage on the right. They on the cage on the left, they hard up, arguing, fighting, tearing it down, and they hard up doing the same shit on there. But I'm still in my clothes and everything. You dig what I'm saying? I'm still looking fresh, and these dudes still looking live and orange. So here you go. The man started fingerprinting me. And so on the fingerprint, when he was putting my hand on the fingerprint, it was crazy because everything I did popped up right there on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Every charge, every arrest, everything I popped up on the screen. Even with my probation violation, you know, all that shit popped on the screen. And then he was telling once, you know what I'm saying, well, what's the next process? He was like, well, you got to go change out an urn and you got to go in the tank. So I'm texting him, you telling me you want me to go in the tank with them?
Oh, so you thought they was going to release you?
No, I ain't know I was about to get released, but I ain't know I was about to be thrown to the wolves right then and there. So, like I was saying, I went to the dressing room. Well, that's what they call it on the streets. I don't know what they call this shit in there. But I went to change out. And when they change out, you know what I'm saying? They got some dudes so retarded. They do some dumb shit like try to hide the backer that they got on them and duck it off like the guard ain't looking and shit. They already in jail, locked up, mind you. They got someone trying to hide and everything. But I'm tripping out because the way he threw my arm at me. He said, here, this should fit too. Now, you know, skinny jeans back then wasn't no shit, skinny pants, you know what I'm saying? So you giving me some extra small shit to wear around these people, bro? So that's what he gave me, some extra small shit. So I'm asking, man, can you please give me a medium or, you know, a large? He said, take what I get. So I took what he gave me, real talk. You know, I'm scared, I'm nervous. So as I took what he gave me, check this out. The other dude came in and he said, come on, we about to take in this a free phone call. What happened? Where is it? So the other dude,
You went away?
I guess it's coming back up. So the other dude, bruh, he came in the thing, and so he was like, well, you get a free phone call. So I'm like, cool. All right, he said, you only get one phone call. So as I'm getting ready to go make the phone call, you got these other dudes behind me, and they telling you, hey man, make a phone call for me, man. You know you saying you hearing all this shit in your ear, and they telling you this shit. They telling you, hey man, do this here. You know, I'm not tripping out because I'm not knowing that this phone call only lasts 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So in the process of me trying to call my people, and I'm letting them know what's going on, and at the same time, they got these dudes in my ear, and I'm trying to let them know, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to make the call. But the same dudes that I'm telling no to is the same dudes that I'm about to get ready to go in the tank with. And I'm not knowing these dudes really about to be mad because I had one free phone call to call my people. So here it is, the call over with and shit. The guard came right there, he got the key. They walked to them bitches right there. So when he walked to that, they got these dudes just looking at me and staring at me. Real talk. They looking at me and staring at me. And when I'm saying they looking at me and staring at me, I'm trying not to look at them because some of these dudes look mean. And I'm saying I'm not used to this shit from where the fuck I'm from. Some of these dudes look mean. And the way they look mean, they make you think that you ain't supposed to be in there and you're supposed to fit in there. So in the process of me doing that, the guard said, here, go on in. So he pushed me in that bitch. So I'm walking in that bitch, and I'm looking at dudes, and you know, I'm not trying to bump into them, but I'm saying they got like over 200, 300 people in one tank. Oh, passive. And that's real talk. So I'm in here, and I'm looking at the dudes, and I'm looking at the dudes lined up on the bench, and they got the dudes on the thing sitting on the phone, and I turn around, they got the dudes sitting back there out in the open, and he taking the shit in front of everybody. So I'm trying to get back on the phone, and I'm not knowing that this phone is the most important thing it is right now. And they got these dudes in here dying hard trying to make these phone calls. And see, the thing about me, I'm saying, being green is like being stupid in some places. And I was. So I'm looking at a dude, after he getting off the phone, he hanging that bitch up. This is such a book, and I ain't never made it online yet. This is such a book. I'm looking at the dude, and as he hanging up the phone, so when he hanging up the phone, I'm thinking ain't nobody else about the pitch. I'm skipping all over the other dudes that's sitting on the bench. And I go try this on the phone. So I'm looking at the dude telling nothing. So you gonna let that bitch ass dude just cut you like that? So I'm looking at the guards, they right here. But the guards really ain't tripping because they got other dudes on the other side of the tanks hard up fucking fighting. So here the kicker part go. The guards go over there and the dude telling me, man, he had the phone. He next. You know what I'm saying? And I left it alone like that. So here it is. They got the guards over there on the other side of the tank. And they breaking up the fight and shit. And my first time ever hearing child, I really thought they was talking like puppet child or some shit like, you know what I'm saying, child food, because I wasn't used to them words and them slang. So here it is. The kicker part go, here it is, they coming in as how the child. So as they coming in and how the child, they telling everybody line up. And this is my first time in there. And I'm looking at everybody, they getting up and they walking out the cage and shit, and I'm not knowing where I'm going, so I'm following them. So as I'm following them, you know what I'm saying, real talk, based on true story, as we going through the doors, the guards telling me, where your badge at? And they ain't gave me no badge yet. So I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying, badge? I'm looking at the dude badge. So he asked me where my badge, and I'm telling him I ain't got no badge. He said, go back in the tank. So as I'm going back in the tank, I'm asking the other guard, is I'm gonna be able to eat? So, you know, he was like, no, you gotta wait till you get your badge. So this way at first made me think that I wasn't supposed to fit in, because everybody else was going to eat, and the guard gonna tell me they gonna bring me a sandwich back until I get my ID. So I had me a sandwich, and I had me a little juice in a cup. I swear to God, I don't like that juice from this day. So here you go. This shit real, based on true story. They came back, had a guard after they came back for lunch. They had another guard coming back, and he started telling everybody, if I call your name, you going to the old prison. So I'm hearing these dudes in the corner, real shit, my first time. I'm hearing these dudes in the corner, and what they doing is they talking. It was two little white dudes and one nerd-ass black dude. And they was really sitting up there talking, and the way they talking, they sitting up there saying, man, I sure hope we go to the Q building. I sure hope we go to the Q building. And I'm listening to them, so I want to go ask them dude what they mean. What's the difference between the old prison and the Q building? So I finally built my nuts up, and I actually went in and asked them. So the dude's telling me, nah, if we go to the Q building, they gonna protect us and watch us, and we safe. So I'm looking at the fucking guard. I'm saying, guard, I want to go to the Q building. That was my first time in it. I want to go to the Q building. And I'm looking at him. He calling their names, and he called all their names, and he didn't call my name. So I asked the dude what that mean. He said, you about to go in the back with us in the old prison. And I'm like, what's the difference between the old prison and the new prison? So he's like, you gonna find out, just follow me. So when it got to our turn, I was getting in line. This shit real. I was getting in line, and it had some sacks lined up on the wall. And the sacks was lined up on the wall. They had blankets, they had a roll of toilet tissue, they had a toothbrush, and they had what that is, what kind of book, the direction shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, letting you know the rules and shit. But they ain't never told me how many ass whoopers come with that. They ain't never had that in the rule book. And that's real shit. There ain't none of the rule books I got. They ain't never told you the side effects of being in East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. So as I was getting ready to get my sack, I had a problem with that. Because they had this big ass dude with tattoos in his face. And if the guard called your name, you walk out the gate and you go get your sack. So when he called my name, he was calling another nigga name behind me. So as I was walking to get ready to go get my sack, this dude said, don't touch that. I said, why? He said, because I got two. And I'm looking at him, he said, when you get on that line, you're going to find out what I mean. So I'm like, tripped out because the guard right there, and he ain't told the dude that, you know what I'm saying, get a young man his sack. He ain't never said that shit. He just told me keep on going. So I kept on going. So I noticed when we went through the gate and I got my when I got my but this was after. But I noticed as I was going through the gate, they had a prison, they had a walkway, and they had one side going right and they had one side going left. The side that was going left, it was the side going to the old prison. And the side that was going to the right was the side that was going to the new prison. So as I was looking, I noticed to the right, to the new prison, they had lights, and every shit looked like brand new, and it was looking decent, you know what I'm saying? But when I looked to the left, I noticed they didn't have, it was dark, and everything, it got dark, and raggedy, you know what I'm saying, rusty and shit. So I heard, you know what I'm saying, we walking to that bitch, and we walked back, and the dude said, door, and they opened up the door. So as they opened up the door, this is my first time getting introduced to the old prison. And you know what I'm saying, when you first walk in there, they got a line right there when you first walk in there, and they got a guard. So as you walk to the middle of it, they call this bitch the key. And seeing the key where you get, they give you slips and they tell you where you about to be going and shit. My first time going in that bitch, they really threw me to the dungeon. They threw me like on N1. And on N1, this is where I got to meet these dudes named St. Clair Hill, Maurice Matthew, and a couple of other dudes. And Big Head was in there. And I'm saying, this is my first time ever getting in there. And so when I'm going to N1, I'm going to the back, and I notice we ducked out. I can't see this whole prison right now. My heart beating because I'm scared. I'm looking at the dudes in front of me. I know they more gangster than me. You know what I'm saying? All I'm in here on a probation violation anyway. They got these dudes in here on murder charges, on kidnapping, on, you know what I'm saying, being kings and shit. And, you know, I'm on side these dudes, and you know what I'm saying? They got these dudes going online with. But I'm not knowing that I'm going on a line where nobody be able to see me like the guards who work there. I'm not knowing that shit. So me going in there, the dude had the gate again. And man, my life just went down the hill for real then. Because that one gate opened up, and when it opened up, they had like 28 racks down there, like 48 dudes down there. And these was the worst 48 dudes I could ever be introduced in my time going to Perry prison. I'm saying, you know, these dudes here are real gangsters. You know what I'm saying? They were criminals. And you know what I'm saying? I know I was a criminal, but not, I'm thinking like this different kind of criminals. So these dudes in here, they looking at you. They watching you as you go to your rack. They got this dude all the way down there where I'm supposed to be at to the top bunk. He got his shit up there. So, you know, I done watched movies and I done seen real shit, how shit supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to touch a nigga shit. You're supposed to ask a nigga to move his shit. But I'm asking the dude that's like, he made size. Say, man, can you please get this shit off my rack so I can put my mattress up there? And the dude told me, hold up, give him a minute. That's what he told me, hold up, give him a minute. And as he was getting up, and he was, you know what I'm saying, he had on boxers. No t-shirt or nothing, just boxers, white boxers, and white socks. I can't make it, I'm telling you. So as he was getting up, I'm looking at this dude like about 200 and some pounds. And back then I might have been like 98 or 100 pounds, strong, looking like JJ off a Good Time, Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was looking like. And I'm looking at it, he started asking me questions. You know what I'm saying? The dude asked me like, man, hey, where you from? You know, I'm fresh and I'm green. I'm not knowing that I'm not supposed to tell a nigga, man, I'm not from Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling the dude, you know, I'm from New Rose. I'm from Parker P. You know, I'm telling him shit like that. The first thing he started hollering to me, man, I got people out there. You know what I'm saying? I got people. He started asking me, you know, such and such and such and such. He's like, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm like, yeah, I know him. I'm trying to tell this dude, yeah, I know him. So he figured we might be cool. But the whole time, I'm not knowing this dude giving me fake-ass names. You know what I'm saying?
So you really didn't know.
No, I ain't know what happened. But I'm just saying, yeah, because I'm trying to agree with him. But I'm not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, he gave me fake names. And you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, so he's like, how long you been out here? And I'm telling him, man, I've been in central booking for like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Before they brought us to the back. So I'm like, I've been out here, I got people out here and everything. All that shit was good till the dude started asking me, what neighborhood you stay in? See, that's the problem about PR. It ain't the gangs or nothing like that. It's the neighborhood you come from. And you know what I'm saying? I knew my daddy was staying out here years ago. So, you know, my daddy was staying in Bird Station back then. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, I started telling the dude, I said, man, look, I'm from Bird Station. So the dude asked me a question, the dumbest question. He's like, you from the old Bird Station or the new Bird Station? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? He said the difference is the old Bird Station don't fuck with the new Bird Station, and right now I'm from the new Bird Station. I said, I'm from the new Bird, my daddy from the new Bird Station. He been staying over there on Confidence Street for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So in the process of that, they got other dudes covered in the cell. You know what I'm saying? When you come in there and you come the first time, you gotta know everything coming in there with you. Like if you got money and shit, they go put your money on your booking, but you go get a money order and you go get a receipt. And I'm not knowing that I'm about to gain all the friends it is in the world to get money with money order with a receipt in this shit. And I'm not knowing that I'm about to get all the friends for right now. And I'm not knowing that shit's not permanent. So, you know what I'm saying? Dudes started coming in there and like, man, what up, man? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling them everything. Like one dude hollered about he from Scotland. One dude hollered about he was from Bank. Back then, when they classified, they you know what I'm saying? You ain't had no choice but to go wherever you went. Now they ask you where you know what I'm saying, where you want to be and what you know what I'm saying, what neighborhood you from. Back then when I was going in, they had everybody mixed up with everybody. But I'm not knowing that the most important thing was where you from. So by the process of me doing that, they got dudes, you know what I'm saying, in there on the phone. I go out there and I see the day room. And I see the day room. My first time I anything about the day room, so I'm coming out the cell. The side, I'm still waiting on King Kong to get all this shit off the top thing so I can get my matches up there. So I'm coming out there and I'm walking out and trying to get past dudes. And so they got these dudes standing at the gate when you walking, you know, trying to walk out. It's small, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say excuse me or some shit like that. But I'm not knowing I'm green. So I go out there, I see dudes on their knees playing dominoes. I see dudes on their knees playing cards. I see dudes on their knees playing chess. And you know what I'm saying? I'm tripped out because I'm still scared because I'm not used to this shit for where I'm from. I mean, where I'm from New Orleans, like I say, this little jail, bro, everybody know everybody. I'm not knowing that these dudes about to be literally hollering red call for no reason. I'm not even knowing what red call is. You know what I'm saying?
So at this point, you hadn't had no altercations.
No, I ain't had no altercation till the dudes came back from last child. And when we came back from last child, the dude came back at the gate shit. And I don't know what it was. I can't exactly put my hand on. But I remember dude walking in the cell, two main cell, and the dude came walked out the two main cell. And when he came walked out the two main cell, his hand was wrapped up with a white T-shirt wrapped up around it, right? And he had his hand tied up. And I remember him going in there. He told the dude, "Unplug the TV." And I'm like, maybe there's something ain't right with you know what I'm saying? Unplug the. He told the dude, "Get off the phone." So he told the dude, "Get off the phone." He said, "You know what time it is?" I'm looking on the fucking wall to see what actual time it really is. So by then he said, "Red call." He said, "Man, they got dudes going in their cells coming back out with tennis shoes, BBCs, lacing their shit up." And I'm not knowing, in red call, everybody participate, even if you're not wanting to participate. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, go with their red call on anyway, my first time in red call. They sizing them up. You know what I'm saying? It's like the big guys against the little guys. Real shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, this is my first time really getting introduced to Bigfoots. You know what I'm saying? People don't know behind I know her, but I'm telling you guys, this is my first time getting introduced to these guys. And I'm looking at these guys here like, you let him fight him. You let him fight him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at him, you let him fight him. So there's this dude the same size as me. You know what I'm saying? Small, arms small, everything.
Oh, so they picked you to fight.
Yeah, it's red call. It's not like you playing kickball, you pick your team. No, it's you against whoever in that motherfucker. Everybody, it's like you ever watch WWE or you ever seen SmackDown when they put everybody in the ring and everybody in there one time? That's how it is. Only the strongest survive. But see, that's how you break off the big dogs from the little dogs to the pussies. And I'm sorry to say that's what I became, the first pussy. Back then, because I didn't know how to fight. So check this out. They put me up with a dude named Baby Charles. This nigga here was from Guardian Lane. I ain't knew nothing about Guardian Lane, like talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They put me up against him. And the dude was young, he was small. We might have been the same age and the same size. I don't know. But I'm thinking I could put my hands up and really just fight. But I'm not knowing these niggas out here from Baton Rouge fight. It's like Jack and Chain shit fighting. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. The dude get the, you know what I'm saying? He get the ducking and shit. And I'm trying to, and I don't know how a nigga can fight with their eyes closed, but I managed to hit the dude one time. And when I hit him, he woke me up. He said, man, bam! He woke me up because he let me know this is not the fight you wanted to beat. And I realized that shit because when you're losing in there, they don't stop getting off your ass. You know what I'm saying? They don't be like, well, I'm going to help you get up and I'm going to give you a chance to, you know what I'm saying? No, niggas really flush you out. And he flushed me out. And That's why that word flushed me out. That's why I started learning that stupid ass shit. Words like flush me out. He beat the shit out of me. That's what he really did. He beat the shit out of me. So I'm not saying just to be proud of an ass whoop that I got. I'm telling you about what happened on my first night. And see, I didn't know when
Wait, that was your first night, or you had been in? Well, that was your first night in the actual jail court.
Yeah. And I'm not knowing like when it was time to go to sleep. Niggas don't go to sleep. I'm not knowing that's like not your home. You know what I'm saying? This is not your home. That's what they really mean. This is not your home. I'm not knowing at night that I'm really about to be around dudes that's up beating on the lockers all night trying to create a fucking song like they going home the day or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? These dudes got 20, 30 years out here rapping and shit, and you know, I'm not knowing it. I'm not knowing that these dudes about to, when I do decide to close my eyes, that they gonna be trying to wrap me up in toilet tissue and shit like that. I'm not knowing that these dudes.
They actually did.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not knowing this shit. Man, it's like a movie, bro. If you ever seen Lockdown with Master P in that movie, bro, and all them in jail, and it's this shit is real. When I went there, I'm telling you, it was the dungeon. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying? It was basically fighting every day, all day. But I'm telling you, I'm not knowing that dudes gonna have me wrapped up in toilet tissue in my toilet paper roll anyway. That was the crazy part. Now I gotta ask these people the next day, I need some more roll. But I ain't tell you about my first day trying to use the bathroom in front of two people. But this is my first time going to sleep. And I'm not knowing that these dudes literally, bro, I'm saying, wrap the toilet tissue around your legs tight. I'm not knowing that the dude's gonna be holding you with the pillow. I'm telling you, I'm not knowing that dude's gonna take the pillow out the pillowcase and wrap it. I was small. And hold one dude on one side, the other dude on the other side. I'm not knowing this shit. I'm not knowing this shit come with it. You know what I'm saying? Because
so let me ask you this.
What's that?
After your experience, the first time experience in jail, what in the hell would make you want to commit another crime and go back?
Man, it's like, what would make you commit a crime and won't go? I'm gonna tell you what make you commit a crime and won't go. It's like you being dumb. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you today about Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge have so much shit for a person to get into it, bro. It's like it's easy to get in trouble. It's easy to be doing right and some wrong come out of it. It's just, and you know, as a young child, you know, I was still young. I was young. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that my life was gonna be back and forth in and out of jail. I didn't know half the shit I was doing I was gonna get caught for. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of shit you be out here shit good because it's going good. I didn't know that shit.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. You have Dr. G. Hudson from Shreveport. Dr. Hudson wants to know, is it anything that you can think of that you can tell a younger you that would have, I guess, encouraged you to do better, to keep from going back to jail, especially after your first experience? What is it you could tell the young people out here today that would scare them enough to keep from committing crimes to go to jail?
You can't tell them nothing, honestly, because these kids not scared of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta listen to them today. You know what I'm saying? Like it was when I was coming up, when your mama tell you, tell you to say if you touch the stove, if you touch fire, it's gonna burn. These kids come up today knowing shit, knowing too much. But if I had a chance to try to like mentor somebody or to tell them, I'd tell them it's real. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to believe what somebody. See, what I'm saying is it's real because I know for a fact, because when I first went in, I thought this shit was a game. But for to tell a person that you don't want to wake up every morning, you don't want to be without your family, you don't want your freedom taken away, it's real. But you got to be able to, man, it's hard to even explain because these kids today, it's like, I tell them my stories. I tell them the consequences. I tell them the consequences. I got sons. I tell them the consequences. And me telling them this and shit, telling them what I went through, it's all based on true stories. But to tell you that when you go from here to there, it's a different world. It's a different life. You know what I'm saying? It all changed. You can't trust the dudes you've been on the street 5 years ago and going to jail, and he been away in that bitch there 5 years ago. Cause he different too. It's everything changed. You know what I'm saying? If you want to help a person, man, share these stories, bro. Because it's hard to tell them because my life I felt like was meant for me to go through it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like,
So you think going through everything you went through in jail helped you at some point?
yeah, it helped me. But I had to go through it. See, I ain't talking about going through it when your mom and daddy helping you, sending you money and bailing you out and shit like that. I had to go through it when I had to go through it by myself. Like I ain't had a lot of money, all this coming into me and shit like that, like these kids here, and all this be able to make a way to phone calls and shit like that. I had to put my hustle on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that I'd be braiding a nigga hair to make money, make zoos. I never seen that shit coming. I'm just saying, I ain't saying to be like no funny ass nigga, nothing, but that was my hustle. You know, I didn't know that I had to write poems, put on nigga cards for them to send to their mom. I know I never had to do it. I didn't know my money was gonna run out. You know what I'm saying? You never miss your water till your well run out. Till you, yeah, and I did that. It had to take going through that because you got a lot of kids today. They doing all these crimes and charged, been arrested 1,001 times, but never actually been doing no time. They just get arrested and people burn them out, get out. And I never had no paid lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I never had no paid lawyer. And it's not that the fact my mom and my dad and them couldn't afford none. I never listened to what they were saying, and they was telling me that if you get in trouble, you know what I'm saying, what it is, if you get in trouble, shit go follow you. And not on that trouble, it got consequences. And the shit caught up with me, man. You know.
Yeah, I can remember the time when your dad was asking the judge what amount he had to pay to get you out of trouble.
Yeah.
And the judge told his daddy that
I have
you
no
can't pay nothing.
I have no respect for the law.
No respect for the law. He needs to learn how to respect the law.
Yeah. So people think I ain't been through it. I'm telling you, man, like she was saying, like, my daddy did everything to try to help me and shit like that. He did. Like, he came to court and he in there basically arguing with the judge, telling the judge what it is he could do to help me get out. But I did so much shit out here in the city that the judge was like, your son have no respect for the law. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me the time. But my first time was my worst time because it's the point when you wake in the morning and reality hits you and you can't get up and go touch that remote control like you know what to do. Or you gotta wait till 8 o'clock for the phone to come on. Or you gotta actually you can't go outside. You know, it's the simple shit like that you will miss. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the old lady out there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That come a dime in a dozen. But I'm saying it's the simple shit. And I miss that shit. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather passed on me. You know what I'm saying? You're not able to get, everybody don't have the privilege to go in there and say they gonna make a funeral arrangement so you go see your people when they bury them in the ground. You missed out on it. I missed out on it. You know, but life really it's a lesson to be learned, bro. You know, it really is. But I never knew that jail would be the part, prison would be the part to make me change my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. See, people say there ain't no rehabilitations in it.
Is Bigfoot, is that somebody you know? Is that somebody that's still alive that you can talk to? Loomis is asking when will they meet Bigfoot.
Hey, bro, me and Bigfoot, we doing I be meeting Bigfoot every things is and how it was. But I got another guy too named Tremaine Self. And I'm gonna have him too. Because these was the guys who first saw me and first met me at my worst and my scariest time. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I tell people, all the way till I got hunts, I had people really started fucking with PeeWee, like really, you know what I'm saying? Looking out for me, you know what I'm saying? Even much I tell people when I met Mac from With No Limit, with Shell Shocker. You know what I'm saying? Mac saw a real dude in me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Mac? You know what I'm saying? Back then they used to call these, they say niggas take you under their wing. You know what I'm saying? Look out for you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mac did that. You know what I'm saying? I slept at the top and Mac slept at the bottom. I got me a trustee job. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. I met some of the best people, you know, in that bitch. That was real today, that fuck with me on the streets today. So when people come and tell you some other shit about me, they got people who could tell you about me for real from this day that I fuck with from the very first time. You know what I'm saying? I got a dog I thought had life, 99 years, and he came home. And you know what I'm saying? He see me now, but I ain't that same person that I was. That's what people don't realize. You know what I'm saying? My attitude worse. I ain't no scary ass nigga like you think I am. I ain't none of that. I just don't try to involve in no shit. But before I let a nigga play me, shit, nobody will. Because I learned from the best of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't no ass whooping can't take today. But don't get it twisted. PeeWee ain't about no taking no ass whooping today. I don't. I really don't, man. It's different, man. But I have to learn.
You stay out of trouble.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I stay out of trouble. And see, I had to realize, man, I really wasn't a bad person when I started staying out of trouble. Man, they got people really look up to a person. I'm like, man, you crazy as much. You know the life I live. You know the shit I did. You know what I'm saying? But it's amazing to me, bro, because you really can change, bro. And everybody say your life not important. Your life is very important. It's more important to you out here than it is in there. Because I'm telling you, people will forget about you. People will forget about you, man. People, it's not intentionally, and it's not to do it to try to hurt you. But life really goes on. I used to get mad at my girl, man. I'm telling you, I calling her, and she not fucking answering the phone. Real talk, I'm lying. 6 or 7, 6 or 7 times. I'm calling her phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you what is real, man. Your thoughts. When the good book say your thoughts are not my thoughts, man. When you inside that bitch, that is all evil and evil spirit, and you ain't got nobody in your ear telling you no good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody telling you the worst scenario, everything the worst. You know what I'm saying? And as I used to be like on her, man, you gotta answer the phone when I call. You know, I used to call her and tell my baby, can you please get me moved off of this line? Real shit. Can you get me off this line because I can't take no more ass whoopings on this line. I used to tell her that. You know what I'm saying? But then it got to the point where I'm not saying I caught on, but you're a product of your environment. I grew that shit. I had my old lady bringing me cigarettes to the jail. Real shit, I'm just telling y'all. I'm telling you, I ain't crimination, but I'm just telling you, I did it all. But I had it. I had people, you know what I'm saying, buying shit for me. I done did that. But that's from growing. But I'm just saying, that ain't no place you want to be, bro. And they got these dudes out here with these bullshit ass stirs, selling these dudes these, telling them, man, we can hold it down, I got you, and you know what I'm saying, you could live in that. You the craziest person to believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man in their right mind won't wake up every day around 1,001 men that they don't know, looking at them, don't know nothing of what they thinking or none of that shit. But I'm just here, man, I'm about to really get off, man. I was just coming here just to give people a little insight on me, man. But I appreciate y'all. And probably next Sunday I'm gonna have Foots here for y'all. So y'all get ready, man. You know, and y'all hold it down, bro. Other than that, bro, much love to y'all, man.